What's up, guys? My name is Cass Bruins. I'm going to be the host here for the beautiful Catastrophe. I am super excited to bring this podcast to you guys. It's been a long time coming here, and the beautiful Catastrophe is going to be a fitness based podcast that really dabbles in the reality of how to face fitness as an adult, especially in this day and age. I know there's so much stuff going around with the social media and the internet and AI, and we're here to not only debunk some of the myths and the crap that's out there, but also to just talk about like the reality of like trying to live a healthy lifestyle, trying to be fit, trying to navigate all that with your lifing, with your spouse, with your kids, your dogs, your family, your house, your job. Doing all of that is not easy, and trying to also add in fitness, meal prepping, figuring out what the hell you're even supposed to eat in the first place. All of that is difficult if you weren't taught. I am the owner and CEO of CastFit Co., and we are a fitness business and online coaching company that teaches you how to fit fitness into your crazy busy life, the chaotic lifestyle that we all live now. A lot of us are former athletes who are looking back going, what the heck happened to me? It's been 4, 6, 10 years since the last time that I like worked out. I don't feel good in my body. I don't even know how to work out. I don't know how I don't know how to work out because I worked out my whole life as a child and a young adult. And, we're here to support you and educate you and empower you to take control of your fitness as an adult because as athletes, we were not taught how to do this. We were not taught how to manage a schedule. We weren't taught how to make uh, a workout plan. We weren't taught what to eat or how to eat. I know I was just like crushing Little Caesar pizzas after practice without a care in the world. We sure couldn't do that now, right? So we're here to help not only encourage you, but guide you along the way and help you change your mindset because we're not those athletes that we once were, right? We're not a college athlete. We're not a high school athlete anymore. We're in the real world. There's real shit we got to deal with, like credit card bills and student loans and like your car breaking down. And you can't just walk to practice. You can't just go into the cafeteria, eat whatever you want. You don't just walk into the strength and conditioning room and have a workout laid out for you. You have to work for it now. So that's what we do at CastFit Co. That's our mission is to help provide structure and guidance for busy adults who want to get fit and feel like themselves again. So back to the beautiful catastrophe. I often refer to myself as a beautiful catastrophe. I feel like it's fucking funny myself, but life is nothing but a beautiful catastrophe. It really is. There's chaos, there's craziness, there's good, there's bad, there's ups and there's downs, there's everything, but that's what makes life beautiful. Because if there was no chaos in your life, it would be boring, it would be plain, it would be mundane. And as someone who looks for the mundane sometimes because the chaos is a little bit overwhelming, it is nice to look back and be like, wow, I would not be where I am or who I am or what I am without all the catastrophes that have happened in my life, no matter how big or how small. So I felt that the name of this podcast was pretty fitting for not only my life, but like how I perceive the world and how I would like others to attempt to perceive the world. Not that I'm here to change your mind, but I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm here to tell you to think, right? I don't want to change your mind. I want you to think about having an open mind, right? I'm here for myself and I hope you're here for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's very important to me, and it has been very important to me in recent, um, to really look for the beauty in the chaos because we can get so overwhelmed in the chaos that we feel like the chaos is taken over, life is over, everything's miserable. Like there's so much more to life than like focusing on the small negative things, and all the small negative things lead you to the next positive thing in front of you. So um, on this podcast, we will be talking about a lot. There's, there may be no rhyme or reason. Honestly, for me, that's pretty normal. It's pretty standard. If you know me, you know that I am pretty random and spontaneous, and I like to talk about a lot of things. I like to help people understand things I may not understand. I like to learn new things myself, so we'll have a bunch of guests on here throughout and just kind of talking about back and forth about what who knows what. As you can tell by the current rant, like I'm really easy. It's really easy for me to just go off on a tangent and run with it. So, um, on that note, I'm going to bring myself back down to earth. This first episode, now that we know kind of the premise of what we will be having going forward, this first episode, I wanted to tell you guys a little about me, my journey, what's brought me here to my house in Phoenix, Arizona in 2025, and how I got here, why I'm recording this podcast in front of you right now. So, a little bit about me. I grew up in Colorado. Mostly, I had divorced parents. My father moved to Michigan when I was like 4 or 5. So, I grew up mostly in Colorado, also in Michigan, here and there, back and forth, mom and dad's house. That stuff is irrelevant. And I'm sure we'll get into that in another episode. But mostly Colorado. I moved to Michigan in my junior year of high school. Was trying to get some scholarships, go to college for sport. I started playing basketball in the fourth grade. I started running club in the second grade. I've been avid in fitness in my own life since I was 4 or 5, which, so that's, I mean, we're going on 25 years now that I've been in this whole fitness thing. So it's been a long time, a lot of experience, both good and bad, in fitness. But fitness has been who I am ever since I can remember, and I'm very grateful for that. So I grew up playing sports. I was in club sports. I was in school sports. I was in extracurricular lifting. I was taking lifting class, gym classes at school. Like I was all about fitness. I always have been. And I am fortunate for that. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, or maybe not the way that you were raised or wanted to live your life, but that's who I am and how I was. And I thought that I wanted to be, I always knew I wanted to stay in fitness, and I always knew that I wanted to be impactful and help other people. I'm very passionate about helping other people and, just seeing other people win around me. And so when I thought initially I was going into the fitness industry, I thought I wanted to be an athletic trainer for the NHL. I'm pretty big on like women empowerment. I wanted to be one of the first. I knew I wouldn't be the first, but I wanted to be one of the first and emerging or athletic trainers in the NHL. I love hockey. I've always loved it. I got about halfway through the athletic training program in college, and I was like, this is not for me. I don't feel like I'm going to be fulfilled here. I just don't think athletic training is the route for me. I then moved over. I looked at all of my options. I burned through 2 years of school. I was paying for school. Luckily, my father was, helping me a little bit on that front, but I was going to school. I was working 2 jobs to make ends meet. Like I did not want to burn 2 whole years of school. So I was like, what can I do that stays within the fitness realm that doesn't screw all the credits that I just took? And so I ended up switching to exercise physiology or exercise science. My minor was health and fitness instruction. My second minor was nutrition. So I was like, I want to help people. I want to learn how to do this. So I took a lot of anatomy, a lot of physiology, and essentially my degree was learning the kinesiology and physiology and the science behind how the body moves and why the body moves and how the body reacts and why the body reacts. So from there, I took on an internship right out of college, helping a startup company. Um, they essentially, well, let me back up a little bit. Here we go on the rants. Y'all be prepared for this. We're gonna have to go forward and back it up a lot with me. So stay focused if you can. If you need an outline, I'll provide an outline in the show notes. Um, let's back up. I wanted to go to college for basketball. I thought that I was going to be a basketball player for essentially my whole life. I had an injury in track and field my senior year. I had multiple knee injuries prior to that, anyways, but I really was like, I didn't want to go to school for basketball. I had a handful of small scholarships, and I was like, I've been playing basketball since I was like 6. Like, I'm done. I know I'm over it. So I took a year off of organized sport in college, and I ended up walking onto the rowing team. So I walked onto the rowing team. To this day, I'm not sure how. Zach and Rob and all of the boys at E7 got me into going to one rowing practice because I thought I would be miserable, but I walked in first day and I loved it and I stayed with it. So I did rowing all throughout college and was very successful, I would say, for rowing. I rowed for Grand Valley State University under John Van Carey. He changed my life for better and for worse, and he knows that. So rowing was a huge part of my young adult life. I went on to coach rowing. I love rowing. I rowed in Europe, not once but twice with Grand Valley State University. I was very, very lucky to be in um, that time frame where I was able to go my first and my last year of rowing with GVSU. So lots of experience from that. So that leads me to right out of college, I got offered an internship with a startup company that essentially wanted to be like the Peloton of rowing. So I was making all these cool videos. I was all mic'd up. They were like, we had a whole app that you could follow along, do a workout on the rowing machine, off the rowing machine. It was awesome. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for myself or the company long term, so I left there and continued rowing for Mile High Rowing Club in Denver under Grace Malacrita. She's amazing, and all of the other coaches there, Liz and Liz, Lisa, and I'm not going to name drop every single one of you, but you guys are awesome at Mile High. I was very, very blessed to be able to coach, but also row, coach for Mile High, and coaching youth rowing changed my life. And I don't know what I would have done if I didn't step into a coaching role right after college. And it really made me realize how much I truly care about helping people and helping them become their best selves. There we go. So I don't know why I'm getting emotional. This is wild. So anyways, we'll cut to the chase here. I worked in Colorado, in Denver. I coached for Mile High. I was in and out of different kinds of jobs. I ended up landing a job being a group fitness trainer at a gym in Denver. And I rocked that for a couple months. COVID hit. It was tough for everybody. It was tough for the gym. It was tough for me. Unfortunately, that position at that gym did not work out either. Um, and I wasn't really sure if the fitness industry was ever going to bounce back. If you were in the fitness industry during COVID, I feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about. We were all like, do we find another passion? Like, are we ever going to go back to the gyms again? And looking back now, it's like, okay, like it's kind of crazy to think, but in the moment when you're on lockdown, you can't even go to the grocery store except during your specific hours, and like it was scary. So I hopped from job to job to job to job to job to job to job. Um, Fortunately, landed myself a position with boat fabrication and repair, essentially, with Vespoli in Connecticut. So Vespoli is the only American-made rowing boat manufacturing company. So they offered me a position in their repair facility because I learned how to do, repairs and stuff. I've in college rowing and in my time with Mile High. So I also grew up building cars. My whole family is into classic cars. So I've always been around like labor, mechanics, working with my hands. I love doing that kind of stuff. So I packed up my stuff. I moved across the country from Denver to Connecticut on a whim. I bought a house on a whim, random. I worked for Vespoli for almost a year and I just was not fulfilled. I was like, I don't feel like I'm helping people. My fitness went to shit. My health went to shit, mental and physical. I had a lot of health problems. I was having kidney issues. They found a growth on my liver. I was having digestive issues. I was having severe mental health issues. And I finally just, I woke up one day and was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I can't do this. I don't feel good. I'm at rock bottom. Like, I don't think my life can get much worse than this. And I do want to say it wasn't necessarily the job and it wasn't necessarily the people at the job. I just can't. I don't like corporate. I don't appreciate corporate America. I'm like a very big, like, fuck the man person. I don't want to be told what to do. I want to build my own thing and do my own thing and follow my own rules. Some of you may love it, some of you may hate it. But I just was like, I cannot stand going into work every single day, waking up and just like doing something that's like boring as hell. Just like get up, go to work on some boats, come home, hang out, get up, go to work, sand some boats, come home, hang out, get up, go to work, put some new foot stretchers or speakers in a boat, come like I was done. So I was having all these severe medical issues. I went to three primary care physicians and five gastroenterologists, and every single one of them was like, oh, well, you look healthy and fit. Well, like, you should be fine. Oh, it's probably IBS. And that's bullshit, honestly. And let me just say right now, if you're still listening to my rant at 15 minutes in, I think we're going to be good friends and you're going to be here for a while. And this may either this is gonna either send you packing or dial you in, lock you in here. If your doctors are looking at you, your physical appearance, not asking a single fucking question about your mental health, about what you eat in a day, about your exercise activity, how much water you're drinking, about your stress levels at home, if they are not asking you these questions, they straight look at you and say, you look fine, fucking leave. You need to find a physician that actually cares about you because they don't give a shit about you. I'm so for real. I blasted through doctors who just over and over and over again were like, oh, you look fine. Oh, you seem fine. Oh, you're fit and healthy. What do you mean? Like, yeah, I feel like shit, dude. I don't care if I have muscles. Like, I feel like garbage every day. We gotta figure this shit out. Three of the five GI doctors I went into did not ask me one question. I walked in there. They said, we have a referral from your primary care. I said, yep. They're like, you should try taking this medication. It'll help with your GI system. And I of all three of them, I said, thank you for your time. And I fucking left because they didn't ask me what's going on. They didn't ask me about my symptoms. They didn't ask me how I'm fucking doing today. Hello? Like nothing. They just walked in and were like, here's this pretty drug. Fuck you. For real. Like, not acceptable. That's not acceptable healthcare, guys. That's not healthcare. That's not care. They don't care. That's I'll get on that's gonna be a whole fucking podcast on its own. But anyways. So it took me months of misery, and I mean misery. Every single piece of food I put in my body made me feel like I was going to fucking die. I was bloated, I was having cramping, I was throwing up, I was getting migraines, I couldn't stand. I was like in so much physical pain. I was curled in the ground, almost in tears every time I ate something. Like misery. And I finally was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I need to pick myself up. I need to do some research. I need to find some nutrition shit because I like obviously my base level knowledge isn't enough to figure this out for me. So, and my doctors aren't going to help. So, I picked my ass up from the bootstraps. I started studying, I started researching. I did a nutrition certification for online nutrition. And I figured my own gut health out. I figured my own mental health out for the most part. We're still fighting demons every day, but who isn't? And I turned my whole life around. I started going to the gym. I was up at 4:30 every morning so that I could get to the gym for 5 so I could get to my job at 7. My job was over 30, it was like 40 minutes away without traffic. And I said, I have to fucking do this. Like, no one's going to save me. No doctor's going to save me. No pills are going to save me. No fucking Ozempic shot's gonna save me, even though this was before that. And I wasn't overweight. I didn't need it. Anyways, I digress for now. Like, I have to fucking save me. And that is something that I fully, wholeheartedly believe in. You have to fucking save you. No one else is going to save you. You have to look yourself in the mirror and decide this is enough, and I'm the only one who gets to fix it now. And I did, and I managed my GI issues. Had I mean, I still have flares here and there when I don't take care of myself well enough, but overall, I damn near eliminated all my GI issues, all my pain, all my cramping, all my bloating. I felt amazing. I was going to the gym consistent 4 to 6 times a week. I was in it. I was burning, losing fat that I had lost. I was not overweight, but I gained about 20 pounds in the first 9 months that I worked at this job. Not just because of the job, but that's just the time frame of when I let myself become miserable. And yeah, I lost all the weight that I had gained. I felt amazing. I felt better. I'd never been in a better mental spot, and I just did it. Like, I don't know how else to explain. I can't give you a rundown play by play, mostly because A, it's all kind of a blur at this point. It's been 3 years now. And B, because you're not gonna follow my plan. It's not gonna work for you. So I'm not even going to go there. But yeah, I I woke up one day, I said, I've had enough of this. I woke up a second day, I said, I've had enough of this. After a couple months of figuring my health out, I walked into the CEO's office and I said, this will be my 2 week notice. I don't want to work here anymore. I need to do something for me that benefits me and makes me feel fulfilled. And this place isn't it. And he was like, is there anything I could do to keep you? I said, no, sir, I'm sorry. Like, this is it. I have to go and do this for me. And that night I went home. I started researching. I had seen a couple ads for online coaching and I was like, let's dabble. Like, I gotta fucking do it. Like, I just put my 2 weeks in. We gotta figure this out. Um, so yeah, I launched my business. I winged it. I hired a coach, Next Level Coaching Academy with Chad Molyneux, and I just I called my mom. I asked her for a loan to pay for this mentorship, and my mom said, "Are you sure that you can actually do it? Are you sure this is what you want? Like, I don't know. Like, are you actually gonna do it?" And she didn't say it like that, but I took it like that, and I took that as, "Can I do it? Yeah, I can fucking do it. Thank you very much, mother." She knows to this day that I support her, and I appreciate that conversation. Because honest to God, if I had called her and asked for that money and she didn't say, are you sure you're gonna make it? Are you sure this is what you actually want? I probably wouldn't have made it, honestly, because I like the challenge. And that's what I needed to hear. I needed to hear someone challenge my ability to make this shit work for me. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure. I got this in the bag. I have to. Like I would love help with the loan so I can pay for this so I could do it because yeah, I fucking am sure that I can do this. Like, let's go. And so I started with NLCA and my life has changed forever. I built my business from the ground up. I've helped almost 100 people in 2 years of being an online coach. And every single day, I just strive to help people become their best self. And I can't think of another way to live. I just absolutely fucking love teaching people that their way maybe isn't the best way and that life isn't over like because you gained a little weight or you turned 30 or you had a kid. Like your life is not over till you take your last fucking breath. And more people need to realize that. Like, oh, I turned 30. Okay. And okay, like some people don't fucking live to 30. You're what? Like you should be so grateful that you turned 30 last year and now you feel old. Well, you feel old because you probably don't move as much as you did in your young 20s. You probably don't eat very well. You probably starve yourself if you're a female who's in their 30s in this day and age, let's be honest, because you want to lose weight, but that's not the right way to lose weight. You do, like yeah, you probably do feel like shit at 30 because you treat your body like shit at 30. If you treated your body like this at 20, you'd probably feel like that then. Anyways, so I just that's what I'm fucking here for, y'all. I'm here to help people understand that fitness is not over just because you're out of college or out of high school. Your health is important till the day you die, and neglecting your health for any amount of time is going to be detrimental to you. And honestly, you're not as good of a person if you don't take care of your health. And oh, that was a weird hiccup. Sorry, everybody. There's another one. Let me explain what I mean by that. You're not a good person if you don't take care of your health. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you are starving yourself, you're not drinking enough water, your stress levels are through the fucking roof, you're not working out, you are going to will have a slower metabolism. You're probably going to gain unwanted weight. You're going to be miserable in your own skin. You're going to hate the body that you're in. You're going to project negative energy all of the time because you're miserable with the body that you're in. You're going to take your anger and misery and frustration out on the people around you, and you're not going to be a very fun person to be around. And a lot of the time, people who fall into this category are also habitual alcoholic drinkers and or alcoholics. I don't want to pin that name on you, but it's true. And they just hide all their misery behind alcohol. And I'm here to fucking tell you that's not the way to go. Avoiding eating well, avoiding going to the gym, avoiding managing your stress, avoiding managing your own mental health and getting your shit together in your head so you don't take things out on other people wrongly, and then covering up all of those problems with alcohol leads to more problems. You're not going to solve it. Now, I'm not here to say alcohol is the devil, don't drink, blah, blah, blah. Don't twist my fucking words because you're offended. What I'm saying is, if you use alcohol to hide from the problems that you could be preventing in other ways by being a healthier person, you're fucked. Um, so it's not to say you're a bad person. It's not to say you're intentionally being a bad person or whatever. It's just to say, like, you need to prioritize yourself because your best self is better to everybody else. And if you are not your best self, your kids are included, sidebar. If you are not operating at your best, you cannot provide your best self to the people who you are trying to provide for, and therefore you can't give your best. So you're not being the best friend, you're not being the best mom, you're not being the best wife, you're not being the best employee or coworker. You're not, because you can't even be your best self. How the fuck are you going to be your best anything else? And it starts with you. So this is going to be some deep shit, some self reflection. And if there's one thing I'm known for, it's calling people out on their bullshit when they don't want to hear it. So if you don't want to hear it, you probably won't like this podcast very much. But that's okay because I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you agree. I don't give a flying fuck. It doesn't fucking matter to me if you have an issue with who I am or how I view the world. I don't give a fuck because guess what? When I take my last breath, you ain't going to be the last one that I see, okay? I don't fucking care. I'm going to live my life freely and uniquely, and I if you have a problem, there's the fucking door right there. Like that's just is what it is. And I hope that more people can adopt that mentality, and it's hard to adopt that mentality. You are definitely some people are born with it, not everybody though. It can be a learned personality trait, but I more people need to understand that nobody fucking cares about you as much as you think they care about you, and the opinions of others should not be your limiting factor in life. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your dad. I don't care if it's your sister, brother, your spouse, fucking employer. Like, you need to live life how you want to live life and not stop giving a fuck what other people have to say. Like, I see so many people who self sabotage their own health and fitness and healing and mental health journeys because they're scared of what other people think. Like, other people are in your brain. Other people don't have to in lay awake in bed at night overthinking this shit. Other people don't have to look in the mirror and fucking hate what they see. So like stop. Like please stop. it's it's a learned behavior and it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of work to stop overthinking those things. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like tomorrow you're going to wake up and not give a fuck. Like you might for a day, but you have to have courage and trust in yourself to be able to tell other people, I don't fucking care what you think. I'm going to the gym today. I don't want to go to the bar because that doesn't fit my lifestyle. You guys can be mad at the bar by your fucking self because I will not be there. Like, stand the fuck up for yourself. It's so sad to watch my friends and family and acquaintances sabotage their own life for the comfort of everyone else. Like, no. I will not be sabotaging my own fucking life so that you can feel better about what I'm doing. It's what I'm doing. It doesn't even affect you. Why does it fucking matter if I don't want to go out on a Friday night because I have to go to the gym at 6 a.m. on Saturday? Why does it bother you so much? It's not you. You can fucking go out. Like, don't project your negative feelings on me for my actions. Like, no. Or your lack of inaction. We'll say that. But yeah, so you guys already got a taste of what this is going to look like for us going forward. And I feel I should probably, cut it while I'm ahead here. But all in all, I'm Cass. Nice to meet you. I'm a 30-year-old spicy ass gordita crunch who has a lot of opinions, who fucking loves to help people, and who is so extremely passionate in what they do that they don't give a fuck what anyone else has to say about it. So if you vibe with that, I'm so excited to have you. I hope that you're excited for the next episode. I hope you're itching for it to come out. And if you don't vibe with that, thanks for sitting miserably through the last 31 minutes, and I wish you the best. Like, I hope we can reconnect again one day on better terms. So that is all I have for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Do something that makes someone else feel happy today. Do something else that's compassionate. Show somebody some appreciation. Tell them their hair looks good. Do something fucking nice today, okay? Karma's going to come back around for you, and what you put out comes back. So, on that note, peace.